Hey there, how you doing? Today we are looking at Philippians chapter 2. And so I just want to encourage you to jump in, read through the chapter, and or listen to it, or both. Enjoy it. It brings joy to us because Paul is writing about, and he says over and over in this letter, I'm rejoicing, I rejoice, I rejoice. Again and again he says this. And chapter 2 might catch you off guard because, is this really joy? Let me tell you why this is joy for Paul. Valuing others above yourself, he says in verse 3. That's what he tells them to do. He says, your joy can come when you value others even above yourselves. And he talks about Jesus being in very nature God, that he was a servant. And he tells us to have the same attitude in life. You know, I think the only way we can do that, because when I hear that, I ask my question, how can you do that? And you might do the same. We need to remember who we are. We need to be all that God wants us to be without restraint, without holding back. We need to remember what God has brought us from. Do you remember what it was like to be estranged from God? That's an important thing to remember. Do you remember what it's like to wonder, and what is it really like to experience God's love in the most trying times? What is it like? What is it like now to operate in the power of His Spirit to help and encourage and serve others, have the attitude of a servant towards others? What is that? When we answer those questions, we are reminded, and we kind of overflow with a bit of joy. It gives us such humility and a desire to help others. When we remember who we are, we can, listen to this, when we remember who we are, we can be all that God has created us to be. And so it says as we do this, we're willing to serve the needy, to give love without restraint. We are to truly be a help and have that servant attitude towards others. And in doing this, Paul tells us in verse 12 that we are truly working out our salvation. And that's what God, He leaves us here, and He continues to refine us and help us to be all that He's created us to be. Take that with you today, and God bless you.